All right, welcome to the Midland Trail Sports Network as we're coming to you live from Hyco, West Virginia tonight at the Southern 10 Championship between the Pikeview Panthers and your Midland Trail Patriots. A little bit of a delay on the kick tonight. Pikeview had a little bit of issue getting their bus here in time, but we're getting set for kickoff now. We just had coin toss, and Chad, did you happen to see who won that coin toss?
The one for this game?
Yes, not 2 games ago.
I did not. They were getting ready to go out, and I was looking for the roster to see who was going out there, and then it happened, and the rain blew in. And I'm going to guess just by the way they're lining up that it looks like Pikeview's going to they'll be receiving and Trail will be kicking, it looks like. But they are crowding the line of scrimmage. Maybe they're looking for an onside kick already.
You know, it is the last game of the year.
Technically it is. What would Rick say about that?
Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight here on Midland Trail Sports Network on Facebook and YouTube. Also to those tuning in on the New River Network and all their affiliates, and for those that are tuning in on Optimum Cable. Set to kick for the Patriots is Memphis Parrish. It is a wet one. It has been pouring the rain ever since we got here. Looks like it's still pouring the rain. Little squib kick, and it's going to be jumped on, still on the ground, and it's going to be a fight for the ball.
Trail may have came up with it. I don't know.
Trail did come up with it.
All right, so Pikeview obviously was ready for it. I guess it's something Trail does a lot, and they were crowding up there, but it didn't matter. Maybe the wet ball
made it a little bit hard to handle.
Probably helped them on that squib. Yeah,
so they still have possession here to start.
Yeah, so big here for Trail's offense to come out and see if they can make something happen early.
Quarterback for the Patriots is number 3, Jeremy Shockey. In the backfield with him is number 6, Ledger Barnhouse, and he's going to have trips to his right, lone receiver here to the bottom of the screen. It'll be a pass to start, and it's just overthrown. He was trying to reach his receiver, but down there, Nolan Bowler. And that pass falls incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10. So even the wet weather has not going to slow the passing game down.
At least the attempt to pass.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the rain, it looks harder than it is under the lights, but it's not a downpour, but it's really heavy misty rain that's like typical fall rain, but it's coming in pretty quick and fast now. It almost looks like snow.
So 2nd and 10, they bring Bowler around on the end around, and they pitch it back to him, and he's going to lose a yard. He's going to be tackled all the way back at the 50.
I think that's technically a rush by Bowler. He's going to lose almost a yard there. So Pikeview wasn't fooled on that one as they try to do a little end around and try that left side, and it did not happen. As a quick 3rd down comes up for Trail, and they got to try to get out of this hole, 3rd and long.
See if they can take advantage of stealing the possession here from the Panthers.
Yeah, and if they wouldn't have recovered the onside, if they don't gain another yard, it's about where it would be if they wouldn't have recovered it. So maybe they will go for it on 4th if they don't get it here.
Shockey drops back to pass. He's got Lesher open, and it goes right through his hands.
Had what he wanted, and it just it was dropping quick when it came down.
He threw it right over his shoulder, right into his hands.
Yeah, it went through his hands, but again, it was probably tough to locate, and would have been a really tough catch just because that ball's got to be hard to handle as wet as it is now.
So we'll see if they elect a punt here or go for it. Like I said, if they don't get it, it'd be about, I guess maybe they see it as it's a free possession
I
here.
Think you stole that possession anyway, so why not take a shot and see if you can get something. We're late to get lined up, but still 8 seconds on the play clock.
Yep, receiver to the far right gets lined up. Shockey's going to drop back. He rolls. He's under pressure. He throws it to his receiver number 2, Bowler, and he goes up and catches it.
Bowler with a great grab. It was high. but he climbed the ladder and held on to it. And I thought that was going to be a tough one. He's going to get 16 on that one. So,
but a good job there by Shockey. He felt the pressure, rolled out, and I think at first he was looking to run.
But I think he knew they had a spy coming at him. And I think he knew the free hitter was going to be able to clean him up before he could get it. And a great job to deliver
so that
it.
Goes for a 15-yard pass to Bowler to keep this drive going. Be 1st and 10 at the Panthers 35. So they've ran 4 offensive plays, and they've thrown on 3 of them. So the rain is not slowing down this passing offense. A little miscommunication there as they fake the inside handoff. And I don't know if the quarterback went the wrong way there on the turn.
Yeah, that was one that he faked a handoff, and then, it looked like he turned around to give it to somebody else, and to give it to somebody else wasn't there, so he had to kind of eat it, and Pikeview was all over it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the running back went too early there. But it's a loss of 6 there. So bring up 2nd and 16. So he's going to go trips to his left. Have yet to really run a conventional running play.
I don't know if we'll see one on this set of downs with
this time they go to Bowler, what they faked it last time, and he cuts it back up. He's going to get positive yards. He's going to get out to about the 37. So he picks up 4 there. It's going to set up a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, tough running. Stringing it out sideline to sideline seems like Pikeview's kind of on that. So maybe test him up the middle a little bit and see. But
on 3rd down here, you don't have to pick it all up. Pick it up.
You're definitely in 4 down here. So, yeah, just get some of it and take a little bit of pressure off on 4th down.
Yeah, maybe you get something here. It opens up your playbook a little bit more on 4th.
Still got that man coverage out there.
Barnhouse in the backfield with Shockey. Got 2 receivers at each side. Brings Bowler in motion. They give it to Barnhouse. He picks up positive yard. It's going to set up a 4th and 8. He gets 4 there. So.
Yeah, Barnhouse doing a good job to pick his way up through there, but that hole closed up on him. But like you said, at least you got some good yardage there, so it's 4th and
4th and 7 here. They need the 35 or the 25. Ball sitting on the 32.
And maybe if Shockey rolls out, it may be close enough that he can tuck it if he's got a little bit of field if he doesn't have a receiver.
So he's in the pocket now. He rolls out, and he's going to get brought down for a sack. Number 22 there on the sack. That is Grant Furchess.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he misjudged that speed a little bit. I think he was hoping he could maybe get a step and outrun him, and then he may have been in the clear enough to pick it up, but he was trying to keep that run pass option available and just got tracked down too quick from the back.
This will be 1st and 10 for Pikeview. We'll see who lines up at quarterback. I can't tell a number there.
I'm not even sure where the quarterback is. There he is.
Number 25?
25 or 15. But he 15, and he picked up
Hunter Murray.
12.
Hunter Murray on the carry. It's going to be enough for a Pikeview 1st down.
Yeah, that was a good-looking play. Good blocking there that time. So
it gets it all the way out to midfield. Trail got lucky there. They had 12 men on the field. The 12th was still running off, but he was – a lot of times he gets behind that official. He can't see him. Murray's going to keep it himself again. He's trying to stretch it outside. He finally cuts it back inside.
That's a good
But
job.
He's brought down there by number 55, Colby Holstein.
Yeah, that was a good job by Trail's defense just to kind of shut this sideline down. They didn't let anything come around the corner on them.
Look at this. I got a stat guy or a score bug guy tonight. Jake Ewing up here. He's nerding out up here.
Jake the Snake is going to be at the controls.
Kurt's like, where was that on Saturday when I was up here losing my mind trying to do it all? So he gets one there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Going to go under center here. That was a different quarterback. Hit initially in the backfield was Can't do that. Was number 22. Furchess. Grant Furchess on the carry.
Yeah, he picked up a nice chunk there, and third and really manageable for him. So Trail's defense, you just want to try to I'm wondering if both teams, if they're cross midfield, they're probably in 4-down territory tonight.
That was DeAndre Sims that time lined up at quarterback who handed the ball off. And he's going to be, so I guess maybe that was their Wildcat formation.
I was going to say some different sets that they're, like the fourth different offensive
So Sims is going to
set.
keep it himself. He's got a big hole over the left side, and he cuts it back. He's going to get all the way down to about the 31 there. Yeah, I don't think initially that play was supposed to go to the left, but he just saw it was so open.
Right, he just found a lane and ran.
Yeah, so that was DeAndre Sims who kept it there.
Sims on the
So
carry.
they're definitely spreading it around in the backfield somewhere. We saw Trail with the same 2 or 3 players touch the ball in their offensive possession. Pikeview's kind of getting everybody involved early.
So the ball sits on the Trail 31. Sims in shotgun formation. Going to hand it off to number 25 over that left side where there was no one for Midland Trail. That was that 25?
It looked like it.
I don't have a 25 on this roster.
Jersey was kind of.
Well, the original roster that we
It is
printed off the
25.
SSAC website was from 7 years ago. We got a little bit more updated one, but don't have a 25 on here. And
Yeah, it's definitely 25. Yeah, I'm not sure.
goes to 22 there.
He's
Furchess.
still going.
And he's off the 10. He's brought down. No, he's not brought down. I believe he's going to drag his
Made it
defender
yeah,
in the
it's
end
a
zone.
touchdown.
So that was Grant Furchess on the touchdown there.
22, Furchess is going for a Pikeview touchdown.
Yeah, he shook loose. Looked like Trail was maybe going to get a hold of him, and then he cut it up and took it in for the touchdown, and then he was carrying a Trail defender with him. But
22.
so I guess looks like Trail is, or looks like Pikeview is going to go for 2. Point after.
Quarterback Sims is going to keep it himself. He's wiggling his way through, and he is right near the goal line, but I believe he's going to be short, and he is short. So 2-point conversion, no good.
All right, so that could come back to be costly. We hope.
But they kept it on the – they didn't do nothing really. I mean, they had a lot of different formations, different guys carrying the ball there, but it was just running it right down your throat.
Yeah, that was nothing fancy. They were just kind of going, just running that thing.
So with 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Pikeview takes a 6-0 lead over Midland Trail, who will set for their second possession of the game. Drove it inside the 30 on their first possession, but on 4th down they could not convert and turned it over on downs.
Yeah, Trail's offense maybe can settle down a little bit now that they see what they got to do. They got to answer this, answer that last drive by Pikeview and see if they can put together their own drive and answer and get on the board and kind of open up the scoring a little bit.
Set to kick off for the Panthers is number 7, Sims.
41 seconds left on this first quarter clock.
44 if you look past the goalpost.
The goalpost is blocking. It looks exactly like a 1. He kicks
Boots
a little
it deep. It's going to be, Lesher not able to handle that one.
This
It
might
bounced.
work out. This might work out.
He picks it up at about the 4. And
Gotta
he ain't
get out
going to
there,
work
though.
out too much. He's not even going to get out to the 15.
Really needed to get past that first wave, and he might have had some lanes, wider lanes to run through, but did not happen that time. So Trail's going to have a long field to drive, about 13-yard line is where they're going to scrimmage from, deep in their own territory. So, yeah, that was a pretty good kick and a hard one to handle. It was like a half squib, half regular style kick, and came in hot.
Pikeview playing their safety about almost 18, probably about 18 yards off the ball.
Yeah, he's back there.
So Shockey turns around and hands it off to Barnhouse, and he's got positive yards. He gets it to the 15, so he's going to pick up about 2 there, and that may be the last play of the first quarter. Now, they don't have to run another play unless they go into a hurry up, but I don't see them doing that.
Give it to these fans that have showed up. I know there's a lot of tents, a lot of umbrellas, but they're literally weathering the storm to cheer on the Patriots here. And then couldn't tell what kind of Pikeview contended. I saw some folks coming in, but that'll do it for the first quarter.
So that'll do it for the first quarter. After one, Pikeview leads at 6-0. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all of our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. Credit problems are no problem. We have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales, 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive, Beckley. Or shop 24/7 at directchoicewv.com. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletics. A winning combination.
70251. Flat Top Fridays, a proud sponsor of Midland Trail High School and our student athletes.
In the ever-changing world of website design, the things that people need, the things that people look for, those website norms, they're ever-changing. In many organizations, we're getting to where we don't necessarily have specific departments internally to do those things. When you hire a Cucumber Company, you get that internal team feel. You get experts that are within hand's reach. So whether you're looking at a website project, videos, audio-visual support, I highly recommend Cucumber Company.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs.
Yeah. Welcome back to Midland Trail Sports Network. We are set to start the second quarter here. Midland Trail will have a 2nd and 8 at their own 15. Shockey wanted to screen pass, but it's not there. He keeps it himself, and he's going to lose about 5.
Wow, they are bringing the pressure after him whenever he's got a scramble like that.
So that's going to be 3rd and 14. Going to set up 3rd and 14.
Yeah, Trail just unfortunately been behind the chains too much early in this game, and it's digging ourselves a hole, and it's
not being able to hit Lester on that 3rd down pass earlier. Looking crucial right now. That's been about their best looking play besides the fourth down conversion to Bowler. So now they're deep in near their own end zone, so they got to be careful here. They just give it to Lesher and try to pick up positive yards, and he gets maybe 1 out to the 12, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 12.
Yeah, it was started out like it looked like he might have a chance, but
4th and 13 for the Patriots.
Yeah, just too deep in your own territory to do too much. You can't really open that playbook up, and you get behind the chains, and it shortens your playlist even more. So
now you got to be careful too with a wet ball here, punting deep in your own end zone.
Got to get this thing out of here and maybe hope for them to muff it or mishandle something or.
Well.
Are we in punt formation?
They're not in punt formation. That's going to be a quick punt. So it's 4th and 12.
Got them spread out.
We're going to get I don't know if it's a delay of game. So now you're backed up even deeper. You're going to be about your 6.
Got to think this is punt territory, but I would have thought that was also. But maybe they see something they like on that spread formation with all these receivers out there. I don't know.
Yeah, so now it's 4th and ball sits on the 6. They need the 23, so 4th and 17.
Maybe they're just going to take a shot to one of the receivers and see if somebody can come up the last game of the season. I know, Rick. I mean,
Well, they're going to have to hurry. They may get another delay of games.
Yeah,
They're still getting receivers lined up. There's 5 seconds on the play clock. 2, they do get it off, and they're going to go for it. Shockey throws up a prayer to Bowler, and it goes through his hands.
thought he had that thing. That was huge. That was huge because he had it, looked like, and then it just bounced away from him. And
So they're going to turn it over on their own downs at their own 6. So that is
would have been good for a
Was it
first
good?
down,
That
and
was
then a bunch
about
after
as
that. So
perfect of a pass from Shockey as you could ask for there on 4th down. As Bowler had his man beat, but you see that wind. Look at those trees starting.
yeah, it's whipping around pretty good now. This reminds you of stuff that blows in off a hurricane or something, but it's just steady wind blowing in there now.
It is the 13th anniversary of Hurricane Sandy.
Oh, really?
I believe 13, maybe 12.
Somewhere in there.
They go to number 22, Furchess, and he drags defenders, and he's in the end zone for 6, just like that.
So you almost kind of thought you don't get it on 4th down, and we got a penalty
Got a
flag
penalty
late.
flag after the play. Somebody's helmet's off there, so I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it. If he took it off in frustration, maybe that's the penalty.
Could be. Wouldn't make sense, but yeah, you almost thought you were really gambling playing with fire with the touchdown.
It must be
there.
on Midland Trail because it looks like he's going to the Pikeview sideline to ask what he wants to do here.
Awaiting a signal or a call.
Yeah, I mean, you could take this 15.
Right, this is going to go on.
Doesn't really do much
kickoff.
for your 2-point conversion if you take it on that.
Right, so they're going to take it on, assess it on the kickoff, it looks like, and Pikeview's going to line up to go for 2. So try to save some faith here and maybe stop this and only be down 12.
Still waiting on the call from the official.
Calls might be optional with the weather. No, he's coming to report in.
Dead ball, personal foul, or unsportsmanlike on.
Wind the clock.
Well, not wind. I was going to time down.
Oh, on time down, but he didn't show. He didn't say a number, did he?
Yeah, he may have used. He didn't talk. He don't have a mic.
Well,
not sure how good those mics would have worked in this weather. Anyways, it may have been the last time they ever used them. So Pikeview line up for the 2-point conversion. They bring a man in motion. They hand it off to number 15, and he's in the end zone. That is
there's another flag.
Hunter Murray with the 2-point conversion.
So,
what was the? Did you see what the flag was?
Well, the two guys were tangled up.
So 2-point conversion is good. Now we wait.
He got in.
We wait for the flag.
Yeah, the two guys were tangled up, and it just looked like they were just engaged blocking, but they ended up, kind of going to the ground, and then Pikeview player was kind of clapping and looking back as they went to the sideline, but the flag had already flown. Like he was saying, hey, that was on you, but the refs are coming this way, but I don't know.
If it's on Midland Trail, that's going to be 30 yards on this kickoff. He's coming to talk to Coach Shockey.
See what's.
Well, we never got a call. And he's now maybe getting a call.
I think our discussion what options they have as far as the yardage and.
So he never made a call. I don't know if it was just offsetting maybe, so they.
Could have been. I mean, both players looked like they were equally engaged in whatever was going on. And I didn't see.
They marked off the 15 for the flag on the touchdown.
Right, that was after the touchdown, the dead ball.
I believe he spun the ball after he scored a touchdown. People have been known to do that here in these end zones.
Who would do that?
It's going to be taken by Shockey at about the 5. He's looking for running room, but there's not much there. He's going to get it across the 20, and that's where they will set up shop on this drive. So 5:44 to go here in the first half. Pikeview leads at 14-0. Midland Trail with their third possession of the game. They did pick up a first down on their first drive, but that last drive really started with such bad field position they just never could get out of it.
Yeah, and that unfortunately you got some work to do now because you're down, giving up that 2-point conversion, you're down 14. So not only do you need a couple scores, you need at least a 2-point conversion just to pull even with them. So
that first drive that they had took about 4 minutes off the clock.
Right, they kind of went forward, they went back, and they didn't cash in. So, and it was a good move because you kicked that onside and you were able to recover it, and then but you weren't able to turn it into any points. So
he hands it. Well, I couldn't tell.
Yeah,
She gave to Shockey. I couldn't tell if he gave it to the receiver in motion, but I believe he gave it to Barnhouse
up the middle. Yeah, and he's going to lose about 1. It was a good fake, but Pikeview was not faked out when they give up the middle to Barnhouse.
So he maybe loses about a half a yard there. Shockey looking to pass.
He's got his man.
He's got Atkins open, and he just sailed it and was almost intercepted. Atkins was open for a good minute there. They just
Pass intended for Eli Atkins, working up that number 2 for the Panthers.
Yeah, he had Bowler open also. He became open, and he got even more open, but I think Shockey couldn't see him downfield.
So bring up third and about 10 here, 10 and a half.
Yeah, this 3rd and long has been, unfortunately, the theme so far for the first half.
And I imagine it's 4-down territory from what we've seen early on.
Yeah, is there anything that's not?
That's going to be a fumble.
That's a backwards pass. And
it's picked up by Pikeview.
Oh, goodness. It's going from bad to worse now, so you've
that's a dangerous play when you throw that ball on that.
Yeah,
I've seen it work a lot this year, but that's the downside of it when it don't work.
It seems like more times than not it's not working, and most of the time it's either it's going straight down the line or backwards, and the defense can feast on that.
So Pikeview will start at their own 6, or the Midland Trail 6, for their second possession in a row.
If you're trail defense, you got to try to bow up here and force a turnover and get this ball back.
Yeah,
or somehow get a stop, but they haven't slowed down this running game from Pikeview yet. So
yeah, Lesher tried his best to jump back on that, but I think with the wet ball, wet ground, it was just wiggled out.
He was kind of helpless, and he was out there all by himself. That's the other bad part.
So they go to Furchess again, and he's dragging defenders down near the goal line. He's going to be about a half a yard short.
Yeah, nothing fancy. They're just going to try to run it right at trail here. And why would you do anything different at this point?
So bring up 2nd and goal there with 4:34 to go here in the first half. So Sims, I believe, will be at quarterback. And he may keep it himself, and he does, and he is in the end zone 4-6. So DeAndre Sims punches that one in from 1 yard out. That makes it 20-0, just like that, with the good field position on the fumble.
So short of the onside kick to start the game that you recovered and the 2-point conversion that you snuffed out, it really couldn't start any worse for Trail. So maybe they can turn this thing around pretty quick because
they picked up that 4th and 12. That was a big
right.
Pickup.
That was big. Yeah, that was a big play that could have led to something, but unfortunately you weren't able to get any points there. But yeah, you're in dire straits right now because, like you said, delay a game. Clock
was at 0 for a long time, but it's not going to matter as they bring him down for a loss. Couldn't see who carried the ball there. 51 was in on the tackle there. 51 was Brody Meadows. So that 2-point conversion's no good, so it stays 20-0. But
all right, so the defense,
you've got to do something with this offensive drive here just to get back in the game.
Looked like 23 that ran at that time.
Was that 23?
I believe so.
I do have a 23, Jonathan Brockman.
So 20-0, not exactly the way you wanted to start, but this is the games you remember when you have these big comebacks. So
The rain has slowed some, it looks.
Yeah, it's not as driving as it was.
So Pikeview will kick off here from their own 40. No penalty on those on that kickoff or that 2-point conversion. Appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Midland Trail Sports Network on Facebook and YouTube, and also those tuning in via the New River Network. I'd like to remind everybody we will be live tomorrow night from Charmco with I believe kick is 7:30 or haven't heard it for sure on the kick time tomorrow. Coach Moore is up here. Maybe we can get him for an interview at halftime.
Well, good hit by the Pikeview defender. Number 15 come flying in there and made a good stick to blow that one up at about the 31-yard line, looks like. So pretty good scrimmage. The best starting position for Trail since that opening kick when they recovered the thing. But got to do something with it here. You got to pay this off because you need to try to get something on the scoreboard before halftime so that you can
so they hand it off to Barnhouse, and he's got positive yards. He's going to get about 6, 7 there.
Yeah, then that's
get 7.
And you don't need to score 20 points on one play. You just need to kind of keep the chains moving here and just do it a little bit at a time, and that's one way you can do it.
Just spoke with Coach Moore. Kickoff is at 7 tomorrow.
7.
And he will be joining us at halftime here in a few short moments for a nice little
going to do an interview? Can we afford to do an interview with him? He's a wanted man right now.
I believe that was Barnhouse again.
Yeah.
Gets it out to the 40. That's going to bring up third and a long one. I think they're going to maybe try to get this run game going a little bit, and I think for anything, just try to get a drive sustained.
Yeah, you got to – it's nice to be in third and short for once. I mean, it's –
that playbook opens up a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, if you got 2 downs here to pick up a long yard, you feel better about yourself than –
And Shockey's going to throw it here. He rolls out. He's got a lot of green turf in front of him, and he's got the first down. He cuts it up. Can be brought down about the midfield. So good pickup there by Shockey of 10 on 3rd down. Yeah, I like that little, gives you a couple options there. You roll that out. If you got the first down, you just take it.
You can start getting the defensive secondary to bite up a little bit. If he starts picking up some chunk yards, then he can maybe throw that thing like he did on that opening drive and drop it into Bowler or Lesher, somebody that can get themselves open.
So he's going to split Lesher out to the left. He's going to be the lone receiver here. It'll be a heavy formation to that left side. And they go to Barnhouse over that left side, and he gets tripped up, but he's going to pick up 4 there. He gets it out to the 46. Clock's at 2:20. Eventually, you're going to probably have to start picking up the pace a little bit.
I was going to say you have to have a little bit of sense of urgency between plays just because these running plays will definitely chew that clock up. So
it's going to be 2nd and 6. Ball sits on the Panthers' 46. Clock's rolling under 2 minutes.
Heavy package once again. That left side.
They go to Barnhouse again. He's looking for something. There's nothing there, but he does get a yard out of it somehow. So that brings up 3rd and 5. 1:40 to go here in the first half. I think now you maybe don't want to go too quick because if you don't pick these up, you're giving it back to Pikeview.
Right.
But if you pick this up, you probably maybe burn one of those 3 timeouts you have.
Right, and then go ahead and try to set yourself up for some shots downfield.
So he's going to go 2 receivers to each side, and it's going to be a reverse to Lesher, and he tries to spin out of it, and he does get out of it. But I think he goes back to where he was, and the ball is on the ground, and it's a fight for it. And
looks like Pikeview did come up with it right at midfield. That was looking good for a minute, then looking scary for a minute, and then it went ugly right after that. So
that was frightening the night before Halloween.
1:07 on the clock.
So we haven't seen Pikeview throw it yet. We'll see what they –
you got to guard against them getting a cheap one here because Trail will receive this second half kickoff barring any onside attempt. But
Yeah, that was big not able to get any points there because it would have been huge if you go down and get points and then getting the ball back and start the second half. You could cut it to a one-possession lead just like that.
With momentum, so maybe you can pick one off and pick six it if they're going to try to air it out.
So they are going to throw it. Sims is going to keep it himself, though. Barnhouse is in pursuit, but Sims runs out of bounds after a pickup of about 9.
Sims on the carry, gain of about 9.
So he goes out of bounds, and they save those. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. So 59 seconds here on the clock. Ball sitting at the Midland Trail 41. It'd be 4th and about 1.5 here. But Pikeview is going to have to hurry. The quarterback still has not called the play, and there's only 10 seconds on the play clock.
Not really in a hurry, but I guess they figure, hey, we're up 20-0. I guess if we do absolutely nothing at all, we
clock is at 0. Still at 0. Still at 0.
Nobody.
It's been at 0 for about 10 seconds.
Nobody's recognizing it.
Clock was at 0 for 15 seconds before they realized it.
And we've got a flag. Wonder what this is. Oh, it's delay a game.
That was an excessive delay. I think the ref should get a delay a game on the delay a game penalty
for not catching the delay a game. So that's twice it's happened. That time at least they did catch it, but only because Trail's sideline was yelling.
He pitches it back, and it's a double. We got another flag. We got false start.
Oh, thank goodness.
Because he was wide open.
He was wide open, and thank goodness it went through his hands because he would have walked in, it looked like. So
what went from a 2nd and 1 is now a 2nd and 11.
A false start against Pikeview.
So ball is all the way back into Pikeview territory now with 59 seconds. Still hadn't ran any time off. Had 2 penalties. So Sims in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his right. He rolls to his right, and I think this is a run the whole way. And they've got it contained pretty well, and he goes out of bounds. He's going to pick up about 2.
I wondered if a flag was coming. He gave a little extra shove when he was engaged out of bounds. He was okay till he gave that last shove because they were tangled up as they were leaving the field. But then that last little
you'd have been
nudge,
in decent shape there. It would have been 3rd and about 7.
And you could have got ready to try to force him into a decision. But
so that is at least that's the 3rd 15-yard penalty that this defense has got in the first half.
This one hurts because now they're set up to possibly to threaten where before it looked like you could maybe hold them out.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Midland Trail 32. Sims dropping back to pass. He's got pressure coming, but he gets it off. And it is caught inside the 20 there. We'll have to see a number. Was that number 15? That was number 15, Hunter Murray with the catch.
It's like he caught it about his knees, like it dropped it in there and
gets it down to the 15. And I believe Pikeview is going to burn their first time out there. So they're going to have 1st and 10 at the Midland Trail 15, 42 seconds to go. A chance to make this a 4-score game going into half. Yeah, that 15-yard penalty becomes real
huge. Yeah, because it was unneeded, and now you've got them on the doorstep, and you kind of helped them down there where they really didn't need a lot of help.
No.
Yeah, 3 scores is bad enough, and if you give them something cheap here, then you're really going to have your work cut out for you in the second half.
So Pikeview still has 2 timeouts. That was the first timeout used by either side. And really, they still probably got their whole playbook available to them with those 2 timeouts. They don't necessarily have to throw it here. They've had pretty good success just turning around and handing it off to Furchess.
Don't forget about tomorrow night. If you don't want to go out in the bad weather for trick-or-treating, come to Nuttall Fire Department. A lot of candy and treats going to be going on there. 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So you're going to get that in right before the 7 o'clock kick.
Probably not.
No?
You have a TV on there with the game on?
Rick can probably rig that up.
Sims dropping back to pass. He's going to keep it himself. He's across 15 inside the 10. Stays on his feet. Cuts it across the field. He's still cutting across the field and lowers the shoulder inside the 5. Brought down by Colt Lesher there at the 3. He strung that play out as about as much as
I don't know how many more yards you can run on that, but they had him look like pretty much tangled up and coming down, and then he just kind of lowered his head and his shoulder and ran over a defender, and then, cut it all the way back across and kept inching toward. He was literally inching toward the goal line. He wasn't picking up too many yards, but
he was probably a little wore out.
He was slowing down. He was going, but he's on the 3-yard line, so they're going to have second and goal from the 3, and Pikeview, like you said, looking to take a 4-score lead, and that's not what you want if you're trail.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, a live interview with Coach Jeremy Moore. We're focusing on tomorrow night's game and then next week here against Lincoln County.
Yep, trying to finish the strong. High school sitting at 7-1 here, going into week 10, setting themselves up for should be, if they can win out, a home playoff game, at least one. So Pikeview back out. They're going to go under center this time. Man runs on late. Sims going to turn around and hand it off to Furchess, and he's going to be brought down about the line of scrimmage. So Pikeview's going to have to burn that last time out there with 22 seconds. So if you elect to run from here on out, you're going to be tough to run another play if you don't score a touchdown. So
right, they're going to have to. They'll have to have a sense of urgency. So.
So second and goal from the 3. He does get back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Good job there by that Midland Trail defense for probably the first time that they've kept Furchess for not getting a gain.
Right.
And speaking of middle school, don't forget about coming up this Saturday at Valley. Am I correct in saying that?
It is at Valley.
The middle school volleyball team.
Fayette County tournament going on.
Tournament.
Between Midland Trail, Fayetteville, Oak Hill, Valley, and Meadow Bridge.
Yep. They'll be looking for a did they win it last year or no? Or Oak Hill win last year?
I think Oak Hill won it last year. So second and goal, they're going to – Simpson going to shotgun formation here. I look for him probably to try to roll this out and see if he can use his legs. He rolls to the right, and he's a quick pass, and it is caught for a touchdown by Murray with 17 seconds to go.
Wow.
Murray for a Pikeview touchdown.
Oh, I do have a number 25 for
oh, you do?
I didn't know there was a back to this paper.
Oh, yeah, there was. I forgot to tell you about that. 17 seconds left, and they find pay dirt again. So pretty much the worst-case scenario for Trail. You've dug yourself a really deep hole, and you've got a ton of work to do in this second half.
Yep, so it's 26-0 here, 17 seconds to go. Ball sitting, 2-point conversion coming up, and we got a flag.
You sure?
We have another flag. And I'm guessing it has to be on Midland Trail because they're the only ones near the officials.
Pikeview's backing up, though.
Oh, it was a delay of game. Okay. I thought maybe something was said to the officials. They called that delay of game.
I didn't know if they were actually enforcing those, but it looks like. All right.
So now this 2-point conversion will come from the 8. Sims rolls to his left. He's under all kinds of pressure from Atkins, and Atkins breaks the tackle, throws it up, and it is intercepted there by Colt Lesher, but that is a dead ball.
Okay, it becomes a dead ball once it's picked, so in the end zone. So good job by Lesher to pick that off, and good pressure over here.
By Atkins.
Atkins had him again, and he's like, man, how did he slip through? He was like ready to bring him down and wasn't able to get him to the turf. But
so honestly, the way Midland Trail's throwing the ball downfield, I look for him to come out here and just chuck it up a few times and see if you can get something that breaks free.
Yeah, you got to hope for something and throw it deep enough that if it is picked, you just can't let him have a cheap return because it would be double disaster.
So stay tuned to halftime. We will have Midland Trail High School football coach, Coach Moore, on for an interview. They haven't been able to talk to him this year because, for one, I always feel bad for making him come up all the way up these bleachers. I don't
feel bad. I would make him come up. But we could go remote in the future. Rick's looking into that with the new press box he's putting up. He's maybe going to have us a wireless headset that would be remote that we could take down to him. So ask for that. I'll put that on my Christmas wish list.
You tell Santa.
Santa. I know him. Not really, but
okay, buddy.
Buddy the elf knew him. Didn't help him either.
This kick off taken by Lesher at the 25, and
he's got a lane.
He does have a lane. He's across the 50.
Get out of there, Lesher. Oh.
He gets it down to the 30 with 8 seconds left, so it gives you a shot or two at the end zone.
Nice job on the kick return.
But if you notice, Pikeview did a really good job there. They kept, I don't know if that was the kicker, but he stayed way back.
Right. In case something did break loose. It did.
And that caused Lesher to slow down when he tried to cut it across the field.
Yeah, because if he wouldn't have slowed up there, he would have had reservations for end zone. But nonetheless, you take a shot here and see if you can.
So you got 8 seconds and you still got your timeout, so it gives you a chance maybe to run 2 plays here.
You got to go quick, though. I mean,
you got single coverage.
Fire right here.
And he does go deep to Lesher. Lesher tries to come back on it, but I believe it hit the shoulder pad of a Pikeview Panther.
2 seconds left. That worked out.
So now you can go towards the end zone here.
Maybe try to do that again and throw it. Just put a little more on it and get it in the end zone and give your guys a chance to come up with a miracle here. Ewing, go suit up. Get out there.
I think he's having too much fun up here on the computer.
Does he like that computer? What's wrong with that kid?
He said it's too cold out there. It ain't going to be warm tomorrow.
It ain't going to be as cold as Rick was saying last week. He said it's going to be snowing. Still could be, I guess. You think it will be?
No.
Uh-oh.
So
got a shot.
Clock runs out here in the first half.
Got to get rid of it.
Shockey throws it up for grabs, and it is caught by Lesher, and he's in the end zone 4-6.
Nice. No flags.
No flags.
Clock runs out.
So
and we'll get an untimed
2-point
conversion try here. Hey, we just had the miracle. We got the. All right, that was wow. That was a good-looking pass and a good-looking catch. That was exactly what you wanted, just a little bit deeper than the play previous. And Lesher did a good job to hold on to it.
And then I was like, well, he's got to get it in the end zone. He kind of just had to fall backwards.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to be able to wiggle in there, and he did. So running a guy on late, but still got 7 seconds.
May have to burn a timeout here to prevent the delay of game, and they do. Yeah, you can't take them with you.
No, they're not like cell phone minutes. Is it even a thing anymore? Rolling over cell phone?
I don't think that's been a thing for 15 years.
Well, I mean, I've got that. That may still be
that still may be a thing in Thurman.
I've got a Earthlink account and a MySpace page.
You probably still have a home phone in Thurman.
Well, we just got dial-up the other day. What are you talking about? Super fast. We're still using smoke signals down there.
That's a big score there. So it goes from a 4-possession game to a 3-possession game.
Not holding them from getting the 2-point conversion. And then also, getting a touchdown. And if you can make this 8.
Yeah, you come out with the ball.
And you get the ball. You got to do something with it, obviously, because you're limited. What are you going to have? 4 possessions maybe in the second half, 5 at the most.
The biggest issue is the defense has yet to stop them, but they've only kicked off once and they've recovered it once. So.
Right. So, so you might as well take your swings. I mean, now you can play loose because you're playing from behind, and you just got to let it fly because, as Rick would say, last game of the season.
They bring Lesher in motion. little option play here, and Shockey pitches it back to Lesher. He tries to cut it up. He's still on his feet, but he's going to be brought down about the 2. So he strung it out and cut it up. Nice pitch there from Shockey.
Yeah, it was good time pitch, and it looked like it was covered up, but then it looked like he was going to maybe be able to pick his way through, and almost did, but got tripped up short. So that was a good first half. But yeah, Pikeview Trail with the work to do, but at least they got some momentum going in at half.
Although you can have a lot.
So let's
of
see if
dentistry done.
see what they can do with this second half possession when they come back out and put something together for a score.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Coach Moore for a halftime interview right after these commercials here on the Midland Trail Sports Network. Pikeview leads at 26-6 at the half, and we'll be back in a short few moments.
Families grow. That's worked for us for over 3 generations now. Changing someone's life by improving their smile is very satisfying.
Flat Top Fridays is a proud sponsor of Midland Trail High School Athletics. Flat Top Fridays is located at 2278 Old Court Street in Fayetteville. Flat Top Fridays offers regular cuts, specialty cuts, straight shaves, and much more for all ages. Call or text us at 304-640-3725 or 304-237-0251. Flat Top Fridays, a proud sponsor of Midland Trail High School and our student athletes.
In the ever-changing world of website design, the things that people need, the things that people look for, those website norms, they're ever-changing. In many organizations, we're getting to where we don't necessarily have specific departments internally to do those things. When you hire a Cucumber Company, you get that internal team feel. You get experts that are within hand's reach. So whether you're looking at a website project, videos, audio-visual support, I highly recommend Cucumber Company.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Lighthouse Worship Center is a proud sponsor of Midland Trail Middle School and high school football and all of our student athletes. Lighthouse Worship Center, a Bible-based, Bible-believing church where we can learn together, worship together as we do life together with the direction of God. Lighthouse Worship Center, 1175 Smales Branch Road in Hyco. Call 304-658-3370. A proud supporter of Midland Trail Athletics.
Welcome back to the Midland Trail Sports Network. We're at halftime here at the Southern 10 Conference Championship game. Pikeview leads at 26-6. And joining us now is Midland Trail High School head coach Jeremy Moore. Appreciate you coming on and talking to us for a few minutes.
Hang on. Yeah, let's try to swap headphones here.
Oh, there we go. That one was off. I got it fixed now, I think. Okay, let's try that again.
Well, can you hear me now?
You can hear you now. We're good.
I think we're all live now. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, good to have you here.
So we're sitting here heading into Week 10, sitting at 7-1. What's your thoughts on the first, I guess, 2/3 of the season? A little bit over 2/3.
We're pretty pleased. I think this is about where we figured we could be. The boys played well, and we took care of business. So we're just trying to get healthy and get as healthy as we can for the postseason.
Yeah, I think that's key. I mean, that's for anybody this late in the year. I mean, I think for the most part, you're probably about as healthy as you could ask for going into Week 10. I mean, you've got a few guys that you've lost, and some probably for the season, some hopefully coming back. So, I mean, we do travel down to Charmco tomorrow, which, I mean, records aside, I mean, that's always a tough game. You can look back at the game last year up here. I mean, Charmco or West came in and we put a thumping on them and kind of ended their playoff hopes. So I'm sure they're looking for a little bit of revenge. But they're still, I mean, in the single A this year, they're still going to get in the playoffs, whether they're 4-6 or 5-5. So it's not going to be an easy task going into Charmco tomorrow night.
Absolutely. They, like you said, records aside, they still have a lot to play for. They're battling for seeding in the playoffs. So it's always a good game, good rivalry game. They don't like us. We don't like them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. You don't got many rivalries left, so it's good to have the ones that are still around.
Yeah, that one, just look at last year where coming in, they thought, they seemingly thought they had more to play for them and probably thought they had more of an upper hand, and then and you guys kind of took it to them. So I know revenge is going to be on their mind. And like you said, it's always a big rivalry game no matter what. No matter where the game's played or what the records are, it is one of those neat things. And that's Greenbrier West is one of those schools, like we used to dislike, the Fayettevilles and the Oak Hills because they were nothing like us. We dislike Greenbrier West because they're a lot like us. So it's kind of, one of those things where we kind of despise them because of that. So, but a question I had for you, Coach, was a lot's been made about the senior class. You've got, these 20-plus seniors. We always remember Damon Mooney is a huge part of that. And it'd be lost on us if we don't always mention him, and he's always part of this team. But these seniors, they've meant a lot. So with the leadership that they're providing as we head toward the playoffs, you can't help but think about it. Do you guys talk about it as something are you treating this season different in talking about the playoffs, or you still keep it quiet? But with these seniors, maybe you can bring it up because they know they can handle it, and they can kind of, here's what we want to get, and here's what we want to do, and you kind of trust them to kind of lead the team that way.
Yeah, I think, when you have that much senior leadership, you have to, give them some sort of leadership role in that aspect. And I think they've been through enough to know what the goal was. Once we got through Nicholas County and James Monroe,
right? I
think they knew it. I think everyone else knew it too. So we just want to make sure we're hitting on all cylinders going into the playoffs because, some teams plateau early. We don't want to be that team. We want to get better and better each week.
Right.
Yep. So we had to make sure we set that standard early. That way they know it's not just, we've achieved our goal, we're done.
Yeah, we talked about how that Nicholas County and James Monroe would probably make or break your season, and we got through it pretty well. Do you think there was a little bit of a hangover last week in that first quarter with Liberty with starting low, just those two tough games back-to-back? We did have a bye week in between, but that's still a lot to go through in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of a hangover, but, Liberty's a pretty tough team.
Yeah.
We didn't – teams like that, we didn't really know exactly what they were going to do game plan-wise, so it took us a little bit to get our footing to figure out what they were going to do, how they were going to defend us. Now, they're one of those teams that give you multiple fronts, so we really didn't know how to game plan for them particularly, and then once we got going, we did pretty well.
Yeah, put 50 up on the scoreboard just like that. So yeah, the offense was rolling. We'll talk a little bit about Jaden Roop, who went over 1,000 yards last year. Is this kind of, the season that you expected with him coming back being healthy after missing last year? Or is it a little bit over expectation?
Oh, really over expectation. Really, we all know he's talented. We've seen him, wrestle and play football here for years. He's definitely talented, but he's running with some passion and purpose that he hadn't ran with in the past. So, and then he has 5 seniors in front of him too. That doesn't hurt.
That helps, yeah, for sure. And that's one thing. Talking about the offensive line play, it's been really good to see. It seems like the whole offense, especially the defense, is kind of. We've seen them progress as the season went on too, but this is one of the teams that I can remember for looking a while back, for several years back, that has really, and maybe it's a byproduct of the schedule, but it just seems like you've gotten better every week. And speaking to that, Race Dickerson, who looked like he was running a little bit scared early when we saw him against Independence, which I would be too, in that scrimmage game, he's really settled down and he just looks comfortable now. And I think it, like you said, that trusting those senior linemen in front of him and everybody around him, he just seems like he's not trying to bite off more than he can chew, and he's just playing within himself, and he seems like he just progresses. He's not setting the stats on fire as far as throwing the ball, but he's effective when he throws it, and it seems like he's making good reads, and he's not trying to force anything.
It's taken him a little bit of time to trust the offensive line. You can only imagine how intimidating it could be with Independence, two outside rush ends coming after you.
Right, for sure.
But he's progressed from a game manager to he's allowed us to do a lot of things offensively, running and throwing the ball, and it doesn't hurt when you're averaging 7 yards a rush.
Right, for sure.
That's a quarterback's best friend.
Yeah.
I think it's a good run game. So he knows the pressure's not on him.
Right.
Yeah, I tried to get him over here to talk a little bit, but he would not.
Not interested.
That's the one time he doesn't want to talk. So.
And the defense is just seems like it, keeps stepping up. I mean, if it's from action figure Uten on the end providing the rush pressure, and just all those guys just seem like they know their roles, and it seems like they feed off each other. It seems like they try to one-up each other, and they're just constantly competing, and you really like seeing that fight and, competing no matter what, where they're, what the situation is. So,
and it's fun to coach when you got a bunch of guys that trust each other, that don't feel like they have to do my job and someone else's job.
Right.
When each person can focus on their job and they trust the guy beside them to do their job as well.
Yeah.
It's really fun to coach that way because it makes your life a lot easier, and the kids enjoy it too. It takes a lot of pressure off them to actually go out and excel at their position.
And the schedule, it is working out pretty nice. And Chapmanville, your one loss. I mean, there's no shame in that. I mean, they're battling another undefeated team tomorrow night, for the chance to keep rolling. So they've looked really good. So
you just wish they played more AAA teams to help you out points wise.
I know, points wise, they're not really doing any favors. But yeah, you guys have, for the most part, taken care of business. And that Nicholas County game was huge, like you said, and then James Monroe was just exciting back and forth. But it still felt like the whole time we were watching that game, we're thinking, it feels like Trail's controlling this game, but the scoreboard wasn't showing it in the first half. But then you kind of took control in the second half. It's like, okay, we belong. This is our year to make this statement. So
looking back at Chapmanville, is it something that sits in the back of your mind a little bit, like what that game would have been if you were fully healthy?
Yeah, I think we would obviously give them more of a contest. They're a really good physical
that's
team.
a good team.
So.
But going into it missing probably half your defense?
We were missing 5 starters, and by the end of it, we were missing 7.
Yeah.
So, and for us to even compete and get out of there alive without it being worse was a testament to the guys that just stepped in. And then those guys that stepped in are still playing, now in some of those spots. So we've progressed. A lot in years past, I think we'd have hung our heads a little bit, but those guys knew what they're capable of.
And that's one thing I noticed, I think, with the James Monroe game is you get a lot of some teams in the past, they got down at halftime, may would have hung their heads there and okay, what are we going to mean? Because you controlled that first half. I mean, you were in control when you go down 10.
You're like, 10 points down.
What are we going to do?
Right.
Yeah, special teams killed us. Nothing we knew, though.
Yeah.
Special teams was, atrocious that first quarter.
And that may be a thing at James Monroe. If you remember, was it 2 years ago we went down there, we started, field position was awful.
Field position was horrible. Every drive.
Was inside your own 10, 15-yard line. I mean.
And that's one thing I think, kudos to these kids. They've done a good job of, not self-inflicted, penalties and turnovers and stuff like that. We've done a pretty good job of controlling the ball and controlling the clock and field position as well.
So
absolutely.
One last question for you. Are you somebody that looks at the standings of possibly who you're going to be looking at in the playoffs, or you just let things fall into their place as is? Or
I always look just to see. I think you'd be doing your team a disservice if you just kind of waited to the last minute. So I'm gonna get game film on everybody from 9 through 16 right now. So.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
The way I saw one projection out there. If it falls that way, I think you couldn't ask for a better hand. The way that I looked at it, I mean, the one projection was you get Clay County in the first round. And I think anybody coming to Hico, it's going to be a hard ask for them. Yeah.
Our guys will be ready. They've waited a long time for this.
Yeah, I mean, you take care of business these next 2 games, you're guaranteed a home playoff game. So that's really, like I said, expectations going into the season. I'm not sure what everybody. I mean, I don't know what your expectations were, but I think you're definitely going to exceed them. Mm-hmm. So, and it's been
his was state championship. So I mean,
it's been a fun year. I mean,
it has, man. And I'm glad for these kids. They've been through a lot, man, and to see them put it together, I'm blessed to be a part of it.
Yeah, this group were they sophomores when we played Tucker County in the playoffs? Were they freshmen then?
Sophomores.
I thought that was sophomore year. So they missed out on the playoffs last year. So definitely wanting to get back, and they've earned it. It's been a fun season, and it's not done.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys being along for the ride, man.
Appreciate you coming on, giving us the time. Like I said, I always hate asking him to come up here after the game because it's a long walk up those bleachers.
Well, I'm fat and slow, so it'd be midnight by the time I got up here.
And these new fences, they didn't put a cutoff section in the middle, so you have to go all the way down to come out. So I'm like, I don't know.
I'll send you smoke signals or something.
Well, we're working on Rick getting a wireless mic so we can run Rick down there after the game.
There we go.
Yeah.
And take care of that
downhill. So Yeah, we congratulate you thus far, but we will look to congratulate you several weeks on in after the playoffs start rolling will be the plan. So yeah, it's definitely been a fun ride so far, and we're looking forward to the rest of it.
So tune in tomorrow night. We will be live from Charmco as Midland Trail makes a trip against the Cavaliers. Kickoff is at 7, I believe is what you told me.
Yes, sir.
So, which we've been pounding for that to be a statewide thing for a while.
Yeah, we want 7 o'clock across the board if we could get it. So, but we would take it. So, Coach Jeremy Moore, we appreciate your time, and good luck the rest of the way. And thanks for joining us. And we will be right back with the start of the second half of this championship game.
Flat Top Fridays is a proud sponsor of Midland Trail High School Athletics. Flat Top Fridays is located at 2278 Old Court Street in Fayetteville. Flat Top Fridays offers regular cuts, specialty cuts, straight shaves, and much more for all ages. Call or text us at 304-640-3725 or 304-237-0251. Flat Top Fridays, a proud sponsor of Midland Trail High School and our student athletes.
In the ever-changing world of website design, the things that people need, the things that people look for, those website norms, they're ever-changing. In many organizations, we're getting to where we don't necessarily have specific departments internally to do those things. When you hire Cucumber Company, you get that internal team feel. You get experts that are within hand's reach. So whether you're looking at a website project, videos, audio-visual support, I highly recommend Cucumber Company.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Lighthouse Worship Center is a proud sponsor of Midland Trail Middle School and high school football and all of our student athletes. Lighthouse Worship Center, a Bible-based, Bible-believing church where we can learn together, worship together as we do life together with the direction of God. Lighthouse Worship Center, 1175 Smales Branch Road in Hyco. Call 304-658.
All right, welcome back to Midland Trail Sports Network as we are of the second half. Shockey bobbled the kickoff momentarily, gets it out to the 33, and that's where Midland Trail will start. Appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Midland Trail Sports Network, and also those tuning in on the New River Network, and now on the Greenbrier Valley Channel and Optimum Cable.
Wait, as of halftime?
As of the second half.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're on lots of platforms and ways to find us. So Trail with, like we mentioned, ending that first half, Trail with a lot of work to do, down 26-6, but they do have possession of the ball, scrimmaging from the 34-yard line as they come out, and Shockey under center is going to hand it off
to Barnhouse. Barnhouse stays on his feet, and he's going to get about a half a yard.
Half, yeah. Trail did have 21 rushing yards in the first half and 10 passing yards after you factored in the – oh, no, I'm sorry. They had
you don't take rushing.
33 passing yards.
Yeah, the sacks go off the rushing. And that
I took that off there.
30?
How long was that pass?
30.
That was 30, so they had 40 yards of passing yardage.
Yeah, I believe he only completed, 2 passes maybe? He completed the one to Bowler and the one
so
to –
there's 50 yards passing the first half.
He completed the one to Bowler and that last one to Lesher. He's looking to pass again. He rolls. Nothing there, and he finally just shovels it forward, which isn't a bad play there.
No, because if he could have got a little bit of air under it, I think he might have been able to complete
he had Atkins open. But like I said, with the pressure coming in, he really couldn't get a full throw on there. He just kind of shoveled it forward. The wind is starting to pick up again.
Yeah, it's coming back.
So it'll be 3rd and 9. Ball sits on the Midland Trail 35 here. So Shockey in shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Barnhouse and try to get some yards here, and he's going to get the first down and then
Look
some.
at Barnhouse.
Still on his feet.
Scampering across through there.
He gets it across midfield as he's dragging all kinds of defenders. Ledger Barnhouse with the big carry, and that's a good play call there. You got them looking pass, and not really a delay draw there, just more.
What did Barnhouse rip off there? 12?
I'm going to call it. No, it's more than 12. That's ball was sitting on the 34, so 18.
Over the 48, so yeah, 18-yard pickup for Barnhouse. And, yeah, that looks like they've challenged this offensive line at halftime to push your men off the ball a little bit and see if they can create a little bit of running room for these running backs. And you just have to be careful you don't take too much time off the clock because
Shockey looking to throw. He's got Bowler open. Bowler catches it. Nice. He's down inside the 25.
Drop that one in.
Yeah, so he laid that one right to Bowler and picks up 8. No, that's 23. Picks up 23 there on first down and gets it all the way down to the 25. So offense clicking here to start the first half.
Yeah, this is more like we saw a little bit on that first drive, minus the rushing of the ball. They were throwing it around more on that first possession Trailhead, and then after that it was just kind of inconsistent.
He's going to hand it off to Barnhouse again. He's inside the 20. He's going to be brought down right at the 19. It looked like they're going to spot him back at the 20, so he picks up 5 there.
Yeah, Barnhouse picking up in chunks, and this rain is picking up its intensity with the wind. It is coming back, so.
Nice pickup there on first down for Barnhouse, picking up 5.
Yeah, Trail, it's imperative that they finish this drive in the end zone, and at least, you got to think that Pikeview was feeling like they were riding high at halftime, because even though Trail
goes back to Barnhouse, and he's pushing the pile still. He's going to be about a yard short, it looks. They're going to spot him at the 16, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and short. And I'm not sure I'm doing much different, which I don't know. I don't mind that play call they ran earlier on 3rd and short where they rolled Shockey out and gave him that option to run if there's open.
Right. He can probably string it out and get a short yardage pickup if he takes it to the sidelines. But
the way Barnhouse is picking up yards on the ground.
Barnhouse is going positive. Yeah, he's finding running room. So. And you got 2 downs to get it here, so you just don't want to take a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah.
So
they go to Barnhouse. Nope, Shockey kept it himself, and he's going to get the first down. Yeah, that's the thing.
About a half a yard. Yeah, it was a good fake because you thought everybody, including us, thought Barnhouse was carrying it off tackle, and Shockey just tucked it around it in and got the necessary yardage he needed. So
he picks up the first down at the 14. Yeah, we talked. You're not going to get many possessions unless you steal a few in this second half.
Yeah, it's going to be limited for sure. Yeah, it's a big first down, so now you just need to capitalize, pay this thing off in the end zone.
Shockey's rolling out. He's got a couple men open, and he gets it to Atkins. Atkins is reaching, and Atkins is just going to be short.
You can't get any closer than that without scoring. He's right there at it. Let's see where they put the spot down. Oh, the nose of the football is 2 inches away from the goal line, it looks like. So Trail's going to go quick, and they're jumping up on the ball and ready to snap it.
Goes right to Barnhouse, and Barnhouse bounces it out, and he is short.
He is short. I thought he might get in there.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and goal. Yeah, he tried to go up, just up the guard there, and he ended up pushing it outside a little bit.
Did they lose a yard there?
I think they still got him about the 1.
Okay, I thought he was inside the 1 when they first spotted down. It looked like it was just a few inches from the goal line, but Trail slows it down a little bit here with 3 minutes on this third quarter clock, and they got Got to make sure they take care of the ball and score here.
Goes back to Barnhouse, and Barnhouse reaches, and he's in.
Okay, he did hand it off. So, all right.
So, makes it a 2-possession game here.
All right, so let's get this ever so valuable 2-point conversion. I was going to say, those lights.
Curtis called me and said, hey, I have to be down on the field.
Okay.
You have my permission to run the lights.
I didn't know if it needed his fingerprint to unlock it and turn it back off.
As long as it don't lock, we're good.
Oh, gosh. Let's see. We got to get 2 here.
Yep. Be a big 2-point conversion here. Shockey's rolling out to pass. He's
got green
keep
grass.
It himself, and he's in.
Nice.
So 2-point
job.
conversion good there. Shockey rolls out and keeps it himself, so that makes it 26-14 here. And like I said, it was looking real bleak with 17 seconds to go in the first half, but we got to look back at that Colt Lesher. That kick return was huge. It put him in field position, to make those 2 plays.
To get those 2 plays to get down there. And yeah, without that, you may hang your head and go in at halftime thinking this ain't our night, boys, but at least it lit a fire enough so that they could say, here's what we got to do at halftime. Let's focus. So
9-3-6-0. 8-0-4. 9-3-6-0. If you have the winning number, not only will you get cash, you get a big hug from Greg Kramer.
The 50-50 drawing was just announced, and I heard that was over $1 million tonight, so the payout. So,
well, he's giving out Saturday. He was giving hugs to Princess.
So not only do you win the cash, but Greg Kramer will give you a hug.
Some people may keep the money and keep the hug.
I think they're going to forego both. They don't want to take a chance.
And don't forget about tomorrow night. Not all volunteer fire department here. Look out. You can actually come and give out treats tomorrow. Don't just come to trick or treat, but you can give out treats one location there.
You'll take any volunteer help that folks want to come.
Absolutely.
So Parrish set to kick it off again. He's angling this one, and it's going to be tough to go 10 yards. It's still rolling. It goes 10 yards.
Oh, goodness.
But Pikeview jumped on it. That ball never looked like it stood any chance.
It made a turn and went toward the 50, and I thought Trail was right there for it. But
that may be one of the best onside kicks that I've ever seen.
Yeah, because it was a slow dribbler all the way toward the sideline. It covered 20 yards.
Colt's got to work on his timing a little bit. He's got to make that jump.
Yeah, he's got to be going down
8-9 yards out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you got to be coming down on it as it gets there.
So Pikeview gets the ball here to start their first half. Unfortunately, bad thing for Midland Trail. It took 5 minutes to score there.
Right, yeah, you can't do that every time because we have talked about the limited possession, and that was high snap. Ball's on the ground.
And I believe Midland Trail recovered.
They have a great shot at it, and they do. All right, that works is actually better than the onside kick because you've advanced it 3 more yards.
Colby Holstein comes up with the fumble recovery, and this game has been flipped on its head just like that. That started out with a high snap, and that threw the timing off.
Yeah, because when he tried to hand it off, it got knocked forward, and then it was just anybody's ball at that point. And who was that came up with the recovery?
Colby Holstein.
Holstein with a good heads up there to come up with that. Rick's calling for airing it out and just going deep.
But I may just keep pounding Barnhouse.
Yeah,
he's picking up chunks. And they're going to look to pass. Shockey's rolling out. He's trying to beat his man. He's got his man beat.
All right.
And he gets positive yards.
Yeah, we'll take 5 on that scramble. They gotta go a little. He got out of bounds, so at least that stops the clock. So you don't have to be quite as quick on this down. But we'll bring up second about 5 as he picks up 5 on first down. So yeah, the running game has definitely found its groove in the second half for sure. If you can just get pick up on the passing game where you left off at the end of the first half.
They go back to Barnhouse, and he's got the first. Well, thought he had the first down, but he
got drugged back.
He got hit and drugged back.
Give him 3, it looks like.
So it's going to be, what, 3rd and 2?
3rd and a long 2 facing the Patriots. They kind of have, you know, this whole field is 4-down territory. We learned that in the first half. And being down 26-14, it probably, you know, really won't matter where you're at. You're going for it. So 2 downs here to do it.
So Shockey set to take the snap. He hands it off to Barnhouse, and he's dragging defenders. He's going to get near the first down.
Give
I
it
think
to
he's going
him.
to get
Yeah,
it.
great second effort by Barnhouse to keep the legs churning. Took a shot, but he still was determined enough to get upfield and get that first down. So
it gives them 1st and 10 at the Panther 37 and gives them new downs here.
Yeah, it's a big conversion. So it's been all trail so far, and that's what you wanted to see. You wanted to see them come out and have some fight, and they've delivered so far. And you want to get this in the end zone so you can kind of shell shock Pikeview a little bit and make them a little bit nervous when they see you get into the 20s with this thing.
So Shockey in shotgun. He's going to keep it himself and breaks the tackle. He's got the first down, and he runs out of bounds.
Shockey's got wheels. That was a big pickup because it looked like it may go for about 1 at the most or no gain.
51 was in the backfield, if I can get a name on him.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to drag him down, and Shockey cut it up and then took it to the outside. And
I don't have a 50. So it'll be 1st and 10 there at the 25.
Pikeview looking like they're laboring a little bit, and Trail with a little bit of showing more fire and energy right now. So
Shockey with Pearson to his left, Barnhouse in the backfield, hands it off to Barnhouse again. And this time the Pikeview defense did a much better job. That one's going to be a short pickup.
Yeah, they're going to give him 1. No, they might not even going to give him a yard that time. It's going to go for naught. But Pikeview's defense, they're still crowding that line of scrimmage. So if you're Trail, you got to think you can maybe hit something over the top again. Just wondering, do you take a shot here, or do you
maybe roll Shockey out to the right side where there's a lot of running room? If it's not there downfield, he can tuck it himself.
He can just maybe run it to the sideline again and kind of stretch that defense sideline to sideline and make them run some more, make them chase you. If you can't deliver a pass,
go quick. There's 2 seconds on the play clock, but
may not see it.
They do. Oh, now they're quick on the delay game.
Yeah, they were warned at halftime they need to watch that, I think. So now it's
that thing was barely at 0 and he threw the flag. Last time it was 15 seconds. I mean, it is a delay game, no doubt about it.
Yeah, so delay a game, so that's going to hurt Trail. You're going to back up 5. Now you're 2nd and 15, and you had nice momentum on that drive. So now you got to get it back and overcome this penalty.
Yeah, that was their main issue. That first half is getting behind the chains. They weren't able to overcome it. And so far in the second half, they weren't getting behind the chains and made that offense a lot easier
and the bad
to
part
call.
Is you really don't want to be running a lot of clock in between plays anyway. So
Shockey rolls out. He's under all kinds of pressure, and he tries to get front through it, but he's not. 15 brings him down for the sack. That is Murray.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden you're really behind the chains. You lose 3 yards there, and the clock is going to run out in this third quarter.
So that will do it for the third quarter. So when we come back, Midland Trail will be looking at about a 3rd and 19 or so to start the fourth quarter. We'll be right back after these commercials.
Diabetic Foot Care Center of Summersville is a proud supporter of Midland Trail student athletes. Diabetic Foot Care Center offers callus removal, fungal treatment, ingrown toenail removal, and spa pedicures. They also specialize in custom orthotic shoes and inserts, as well as bracing for all complications, including knees, back, and feet. For an appointment or questions, call 304-872-9001. Diabetic Foot Care Center of Summersville and our student athletes, a winning combination.
Welcome back to the Midland Trail Sports Network as we're getting set to start the fourth quarter. I'd like to speak a thank you to all of our sponsors and also Bear Mountain Cabins and Campground over in Fayetteville. It can be reached at 304-573-CAMP, 304-573-2267, or at bearmountaincamping.com. Also Sun Road Creations.
Sun Road Creations with all your woodworking type things you would want specialized, from furniture to CNC type things that you can have custom made. So we'll try to have something for the next home game, the last home game of the season that will
last home regular season
regular game. Yeah, let's go with that. I like that.
Shockey drops back to pass. He throws it up for Bowler, and it is out of the reach. So there's a lot of contact down there.
Yeah, there was a couple different Pikeview defenders that looked like they were willing to bring the contact for interference, but
appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, wherever you may be watching, whether that's on the Midland Trail Sports Network on Facebook or YouTube, whether you're on the New River Network or the Greenbrier Valley channel, or watching on Optimum Cable.
Lots of ways to find us these days.
So it's going to be 4th and about 20 here. Big play here is because your amount of possessions you're going to get is limited from here on out.
Yeah, you've got to take advantage here.
So Shockey drops back to pass. He rolls out to his right.
Got a lot of field.
He just can't run this one. He's got Bowler open. Bowler tries to make a play on it, and there's a flag.
There's a flag. Okay,
there's two flags though. There's a flag.
I thought that should be interference.
There's a flag at the line of scrimmage as well.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
that was interference. He just got taken out, and he was trying to make a play on the ball, but unfortunately that other one's in the area of usually holding.
Yeah, hold unless somebody was offsides maybe. The ref's putting his hands on his hips. Is that because it's just how he stands, or is he telling the official that he was had an offside?
Illegal man downfield. And then a pass interference. So it'll be offsetting penalties. We'll redo the down.
It's going to be offsetting penalties.
Which, when you got a play that strings out that long, it's sometimes tough. You know, I've always thought penalties are weird, how a 15-yarder wipes out a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's
or if one team could have 3 penalties, one team could have 1, and it's still offsetting.
Right. Too much math to do. They just say cancel each other out. Trail's got to figure out a way here to.
So Shockey drops back to pass again. He's rolling to his right. He throws it up, and it is almost intercepted. He was trying to
we're going to get interference, though. Did he get there early?
There is a penalty.
He timed it, and he almost timed it perfect because he almost come away with it, and he would have been hard to pull down. He might have pick-sixed it, but it may have just been
a penalty that far downfield is almost.
Unless somebody
on the defense.
Defensive holding, maybe. I mean, Pikeview is complaining amongst themselves, so they're counting
players. I don't. So here's the bad. Here's the good and the bad. It's a 15-yard penalty, but it's not an automatic first down. So it's still going to be 4th down.
4th down and what, about 2?
5, I believe.
Oh, it is 4 maybe.
Yeah, about 4.
Goodness. Yeah, we thought we were getting totally bailed out, but they just helped us a little bit. Yeah, they lost yardage really.
That's when you go back. What kills you is that delay of game.
Right, that 5 yards that you didn't need to squander.
So it'd be 4th and 4 here. I don't know if do you go hard count and try to draw them off sides?
Yeah.
Nope, they're going to give it to Barnhouse, and Barnhouse is going to have the first down.
Did he get it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he rumbled, stumbled, and did not fumble and picked it up. So gets it by a couple.
First down, Patriots.
So big. I mean, looking at 4th and 20, and so it'll be 1st and 10. Ball sits on the Pikeview 14. They go right back to Barnhouse, and he's going to get down to about the 11.
Yeah, if you can go a little bit quick here, not take a lot of time, you can keep running this ball.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it's a 2-possession game. You've got 3 times. I mean, it's still 7 minutes. I think scoring is more important right here.
Right. You got to get in. Yeah, and you don't want to. You can't turn it over, so you can't force it. But you really don't want to give the ball back to Pikeview because you hadn't really shown that you can stop them. But
only time you've stopped them is the fumble and the kick.
Onside. Yeah. So you need to do that onside again.
So Shockey looking to pass. He's rolling to his right. He's going to keep it himself. He's inside the 10. He's going to be brought down at about the 6.
All right, so he gets some good yardage there. It looked like he might have a chance, but they had a defender that closed ground quick. And it's going to bring up third and about almost along 3.
Goes to Barnhouse. Barnhouse inside the 5 in the
Touchdown.
end zone.
Goes in standing up. Nice job, Barnhouse. He picks up. What did he pick up there? About 6 yards and paid it off with the touchdown. So Trail doing what they do. they come back.
Yes, this is a big 2-point conversion because
yeah, this
it cuts it within a 6-point game. Then all you need is a touchdown.
Right.
And right now, I'm not sure I go any different than Barnhouse. And Shockey's going to keep it himself. He throws the fade to Lesher, and it is dropped. I think it bounced off the ground. If we had the officials at Nichols County, that would have been a catch.
That would have been a catch, yeah. You're right. That was – yeah, it had a little hop there, and Lesher was trying to say, no, I caught that, but it was off of one hopper. After he got his hands on it, it bounced, and then he pulled it back in. So
nonetheless, you do cut it to a one-possession
you're still,
game.
yeah, you can tie with a touchdown, and you got 6:10 left. So Trail's done exactly what they needed to do. They got a huge turnover after they scored on that opening possession of the second half, and then just now cashed that one in from the turnover, made that pay off with another touchdown. So you'd love to have the 2-point conversion, but nonetheless, you're still within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion of having the lead. But first of all, you got to get this kickoff and figure out you're going to. I mean, do you do anything different? You just squib this thing and hope for an onside and recovery?
I don't think you could teach a kick better than that last one that Parrish kicked.
Yeah, I mean, that's a clinic. You need to show that video to the to everybody kicking because that was perfect. Our kicker.
And you know, it's tough for Pikeview because you don't want to go up and try to catch that before it goes 10 yards, but it was kicked so well.
Right. Our kickoff duties is Parrish, and he's a specialist.
Lesher's going to Lesher fakes it. I think Pikeview went offside.
Did they step forward?
Yeah, Pikeview moved.
He's saying false start.
They got him on the fake. It's just going to move it 5 yards.
It would actually be offsides, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, offsides on Pikeview.
But he was signaling false start. Dead ball.
Yeah, offsides on.
Okay.
Yeah, they got with Lesher going up. That kind of fooled them.
Right. It fooled me because we thought he was kicking it, and then he did the old Charlie Brown whiff and let Parrish come in with the foot.
That's not the Charlie Brown whiff. That's the Will McGraw whiff.
Oh, yeah. You want to bring that one up, huh?
I didn't ever go get. I'm never not going to bring it up.
We love you, Will.
We let that one die.
The classic.
So Parrish going to kick it again. This one takes 10 yards and it goes through,
live.
but it picked up by Murray.
Got to get a hand on him. Got to get him to the ground.
He's still going.
Okay, so it did not work out after a couple attempts, but Trail is still fired up, and they just need to play a little bit of defense. So you got to.
So here's what this second half. Pikeview has ran one play.
You're right. I was going to say that they've been really limited, and they're scrimmaging from the 46-yard line with 6:08 on the clock. If your Trail defense just, Pikeview really doesn't need to do anything different than what they were doing. They were just running the ball right at Trail. So Trail's got to, you got to find a way to just slow that thing down and get this ball back.
So Pikeview going to go under center.
Well, they brought everybody.
Hand it to Furchess, and he's going to get it across midfield. He's going to pick up about 5 there.
Trail had every gap filled, and Pikeview's still able to pick up 6 yards. Or 5.
Gives him 4.
4, I guess. So let's see what Trail dials up here again. I got to think they're just going to keep working that run game.
Bring those linebackers in on a blitz and hope they guess right.
If Pikeview decides to maybe get cute and throw it up, you make them pay and try to pick that thing off. But I doubt we see that.
Going to hand it off to Furchess again. He's going to have the first down. And
Yeah, you got to be careful for your trail. You're bringing everybody up there. If he cracks that thing, you're not going to have much in the
I just think
secondary to bring him down.
They feel right now that's their best chances is to.
Yeah, they're just running behind their pads and picking up some chunks.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Pikeview ball sits at the Midland Trail 42.
And if you're Pikeview, you're going to use every second on that play clock and 15 seconds after it runs
the
out.
officials will give you.
Right. You just try to run it down because
they're going to have to go. I mean, they just now broke the huddle at 10 seconds.
Yeah, might be taking a little bit too much time. A delay of game would help solidify that a little bit.
He does get it off, and Sims is going to keep it himself, and he gets through there to pick up about 5.
I don't think the Trail defense realized it. That quarterback kept it for a little bit.
Sims on the keeper.
They couldn't get him corralled.
Which, I mean, this is, like I said, the first half didn't go very much Trail's way except the last 17 seconds, but it's turned into a pretty good game.
Yeah, it couldn't have gone win any worse for Trail that first half. But they other than the opening kickoff that you recovered and the last
17 seconds
play where you scored, the last 2.
They're going to have to go hurry. It's 8 seconds as they break the huddle, and got 5, and Sims goes to get there quickly. He's going to pitch it back to Murray, and he's going to be hit there by Zayden Pearson.
Wow. Pearson was shot out of a cannon that time. Heat-seeking missile. Did he lose a yard there? Yeah, so that's huge. And Trail's pointing. I don't know what they're saying, but they're pointing something to the ref, pointing something out. Maybe Pikeview's playing with an ineligible player, maybe. Referee's time. Somebody might have had a equipment problem, or I'm not sure what that was. Maybe it was a mouthpiece. Was it a mouthpiece? Mouthpiece warning.
So 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. They're going to go heavy to that right side. This is where Murray is in that little wildcat formation. Murray letting that clock roll.
Trail crowd making some noise.
Pikeview left a little early there.
Yeah, they didn't.
They initially had him, and
looks
I think he's going to have enough for a first down.
Yeah, I thought they might flag that.
That whole right side moved.
It looked like everybody
moved a second early.
Moved too quick, but.
So now Midland Trail is going to have to, probably after this play, start using those timeouts.
Yeah, you got to stop this clock however you can, because.
Yeah, probably one more first down for Pikeview will be enough to run this clock out. Yeah,
this game has been the tale of two halves, and then this possession as far as coming back to the Pikeview side.
You almost point you got to start going for a strip.
Yeah, you got to try to get this ball turned over. The weather's in your favor, so you got to try to force it here.
They go to Furchess, and he is going to be near a first down again.
Tell you, he's 5 yards downfield before he's drawn in contact, because he's just picking his way across through there, following his blockers. So
Midland Trail going to use their first timeout there.
He's signaled Pikeview timeout.
Pikeview? Why would they call a timeout there?
That would be awesome if he he's saying it was Trail called the timeout. Yeah, his black gloves pointed the wrong direction. We would have taken it if they wanted to use it, but.
So after this timeout, it'll be the chains are down, so I think it's going to be about 2nd and 2. Yeah, right now
yard marker is down.
Another first down probably ends it with having to use that timeout there.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. You get yourself behind the 8 ball a little bit.
He almost would have rather him just get that first down there, so it gives you
get it right. It's less downs he can use to get to the next one, but.
Yeah, at this point, Coach Shockey's telling him you're going to have to probably go for a strip.
Yeah, just try to get that ball out. and try to force that turnover because you need possession of the ball right now. The clock is not your friend.
If you're not able to get the ball back, you're just going to look back at how bad that first half went, and just weren't able to if you're not able to get the ball back, you weren't able to overcome that 26-0 deficit. But still 2:33 to go.
Anything could happen.
And Sims is going to bootleg it, and ideally you could push him out of bounds here. Trying
Stop
to.
the
They
clock.
do get
There
him
you
out of
go.
bounds. So
Sling him out of bounds, actually. All right, so they're still going to have to scrimmage. Yeah, that helps because you save a timeout, but you're going to have to scrimmage.
Ideally,
there,
Sims, when he got that first down, he should have just slid
laid down,
and let that clock roll and then get that timeout. So it gives you a free timeout and it gives you new life because they can't pick up another first down without scoring. So it'll be 1st and goal. So Midland Trail still has 2 timeouts to go. Trying to get my clock here. So the clock is at 2:24. Ball sits on the 9. Midland Trail with 2 timeouts.
Need a big turnover here, defense. This is somebody's got to step
I'm not sure
up.
I think Sims kept it himself.
I don't know. That was a slow developing play, whatever it was, but
he only gets a yard there. Midland Trail doesn't use that timeout. They're going to save him for the next play, I guess.
I was hoping he was in the process of fumbling when he were falling forward, but
so they still got those 2 timeouts. Coach Shockey elects not to use it there on 2nd down. I think you feel good about with your passing attack. You don't need a lot of time when you get the ball back. You just need to get the ball back.
You just need, you need possession here. You need to figure out a way.
So 2nd and goal here. Play clock is at 6. Sims gets it off, and he hands it off to Furchess, and Furchess is in the end zone. Which, not the worst with the way,
the problem is you're just you don't have a lot of time.
No, you're going to have to go quick on offense, and then you're going to have to go with the onside kick, which it's been close a few times.
Got a Trail player slow to get up, but I think
That was more frustration.
Yeah. You're down by 12. You'd love to shut this 2-point conversion down. I got to think they're just going to run it straight at him again.
Sims rolls out, actually, and he's going to keep it, and he throws it late, and it's caught. What a play there by Sims. As he gets the 2-point conversion there, just the last second, he just tossed it up and hit his receiver. So with 1:34 to go, that makes it 34-20.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because you'd like to think you'd have one stop in you if you're the Trail defense, try to force their hand and either a punt or to go for it on 4th down, but just couldn't come up with an answer for that run game.
Yeah, so Midland Trail will get the ball back here. And like I said, you're going to have to score quickly and then hope for an onside kick.
Yeah, and it's, they're kicking it, fairly deep. And maybe you can find a running lane and you can't score much quicker than running one back for a touchdown, but things would have to fall right for that. But that would put you in position because then take your chance.
So set to kick off for the Panthers is Sims. He kicks it to Bowler. Bowler takes it about the 36. Cuts it across the field. He's got blockers. He gets it right at midfield. So good return there from Bowler.
Kickoff return by Nolan Bowler.
Yeah, that'll work. It's not a return for a score, but that's scrimmaging from right on the 50. Midfield, and you got to think Trail's going to that passing game. The run game is going to be a thing of the past now, and it's just you're going to have to try to air this thing out and come up with a couple big plays downfield, and we saw them do it already in this game, so especially right before halftime with the quick strike. And now Pikeview's going to call a timeout.
All right, so Pikeview calls the timeout. Minute 27 to go here in the 4th quarter. They lead at 34-20 in the Southern 10 championship. Appreciate everybody that tuned in here this evening on the Midland Trail Sports Network, whether you're watching on there, on Facebook or YouTube, or Greenbrier Valley Channel, or on Optimum Cable. So appreciate working with the New River Network and Greenbrier Valley Channel, getting these kids as much exposure as possible. It's always more options to watch these kids is never a bad thing.
Yeah, I know the Facebook Live thing worked really good, and now you've branched out to where people have their options. If they have trouble, viewing it on one platform, they've got other options to go to.
Yeah,
so
I know sometimes YouTube or Facebook they slow their speeds down a lot, and the picture and quality isn't the best, so you get other options. So to remind everybody, we will be live tomorrow night from Charmco, 7 o'clock kick, so we'll be on the air about 6:40 tomorrow evening.
Yeah, let everybody know that's an earlier kick. So
Shockey drops back to pass. He may just keep this one himself. He throws at the last second, and
wow, he was right at the line.
Right at the line. I believe his arm was still behind when he threw it.
Okay, I thought the ref was going to say, I would throw the flag, but since it's raining, I'm going to say that he's not behind. He was behind the line, but
that one he may have just should have kept himself and picked up a few yards and got out of bounds.
I'd like to see him get out of bounds and just get what he could get and stop that clock that way. But
so it runs about 9 seconds off the clock. So he's going to have Parrish and Lesher to his left, Atkins and Bowler, but now Bowler comes in motion. Looking at Bowler on the wheel route.
Oh, Bowler was open for a minute.
Shockey's running the wrong way and still running the wrong way. And he's
get out of there. Oh, darn, that's a tough one.
Man, that's a big loss by Shockey there.
Yeah, he thought he was going to be able to spin out of it, but unfortunately he just could not.
He probably
too many defenders were
burned my time out there.
Closing in on him. Yeah, that opted to let the clock run.
It's going to be 3rd and long. That clock's still running.
Yeah, Trail's going to go. Like they're ready to snap it here.
Loses 16 there. It's going to be 3rd and 26.
Yeah, you need to hit something quick here, maybe.
So Shockey throws it over to Lesher. Lesher catches it, cuts it upfield. He gets past the original line of scrimmage, and now we do get a timeout. So that's going to bring up 4th and about 6.
So you are 4th and manageable. The unfortunate part is you only have 22 seconds left on the clock to work with. So
yeah, that little crossing route there to Lesher. It's going to be 4th and 6.
Shockey with that little bit of sidearm delivery. We were watching that in warm-up. Kind of wings that thing out there. A lot of these kids are, 8th grade?
Yeah, a lot of the
start through.
Ball's still on the ground.
Trail got it back, but
that's probably going to do it.
Yeah, do we have any timeouts?
They're out of timeouts.
They're running the clock, and Pikeview celebrating.
Yeah. So that will do it.
Ball game, folks. The final score of Pikeview Panthers 34, Midland Patriots 20.
Tough one to take because you saw a lot of good fight and no quit in this Trail Patriot team in that second half, as they could have folded to tents after in the second quarter because the weather's nasty and it's like, what's next? Let's move on to something else.
Trying
it's
to
not
give
our
coach
night.
a
Gatorade bath?
I don't think he could be probably more wet, so he avoided that one as much as possible. Yeah,
got a long ride back. So.
Congratulations to the Pikeview Panthers. They jumped out to that 26-0 lead, and that proved to be enough. I mean, just not enough, not really anything offensively until that last drive of the first half for Midland Trail paid to be pretty big as they played very well in that second half, and just like I said, just wasn't enough ultimately. That's a very good Pikeview team. I don't know. I think they went undefeated, I believe, this year as well. Both these teams, I think, coming in undefeated. But Midland Trail, like I said, they held their own against a little bit bigger school than them. Definitely were out the size. Pikeview, that was a very big team. That running back's bigger than some of the running backs that we've seen in high school this year.
Yeah, he was definitely good size, and he was tough to stop.
Yeah, Furches had a big game. He was tough to bring down.
Dan, you got to do anything here?
So, but ultimately, like I said, that 26-0 lead ended up being a little bit too much for Midland Trail to overcome. They in that second half, they scored on all their drives except for that last one right there. And that was what we thought would be an issue, is just they wouldn't have enough possessions. And that's basically what it ended up being. Ultimately, the only time that Pikeview, we never saw a punt this at all. And Pikeview turned it over twice. Well, I guess once technically, the kickoff to start, and then they fumbled to start the third quarter there. Was ultimately enough for the Panthers.
So, statistically, I've got Shockey. Well, rushing Trail as a team. Well, Barnhouse ran for 61, and then
Shockey's probably going to be about even after you take
right.
out
You had several.
Big sacks.
Lost yard, yeah, several really big sacks. So, but Shockey's numbers as far as passing, and it is unofficial. I got him for 6 of 12 for 105 yards. It's 6 of 12 for 105 yards. And he delivered on some downfield throws that were pretty. There were some pretty pass plays, and he got on the edge. He rolled out some, so he was pretty effective. Those lost yardage plays, he got himself in a little bit of trouble that he'll have to in the future not look to scramble deeper and just learn to take a loss and not make it even worse of a loss on some of those, But yeah, good job by both teams. Pikeview definitely, like you said, they came in with a plan and they jumped on and executed, and they rolled out to that 26-0 lead, and it makes it tough. It's like looked like Trail didn't have an answer, and but then all of a sudden they got that offense going right before halftime, and then it really didn't quit until that final possession of Pikeview.
Like I said, they scored on. They only had 3 possessions in that second half.
Right.
And they scored on 2 of them. And that last one, maybe more time, they ultimately end up scoring, but they ran out of time there.
Yeah.
And like I said, just getting down 26-0. It's tough to come back from.
Yeah,
but they never gave up. They
especially
fought hard.
In middle school. Usually, you say 26-0 in middle school, you pretty much say game over. But that was a good job by Trail to at least to fight back and get back in it. And
still not. You had an undefeated regular season, won your playoff game last week against Peterstown, which is always a tough game, and you gave Pikeview your best shot tonight, and a few mistakes here and there ultimately was the deciding factor in this ball game. They fall 34-20. We appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight on Midland Trail Sports Network, on Facebook, YouTube, everybody on the Greenbrier Valley channel. Appreciate them bringing us in for the broadcast. And also on Optimum Cable. We will be back on the air tomorrow night for Week 10 matchup at Charmco, big rivalry matchup between the Midland Trail Patriots and the Greenbrier West Cavaliers. Both teams has their sights set on the playoffs, so won't be an easy one tomorrow going into Charmco. They probably feel like they owe them one from last year's shellacking. So we hope to see y'all tomorrow night. We will be on the air at 6:40 with a 7 o'clock kick. Like I said, let everybody know that the kick is 7 o'clock, 30 minutes earlier than normal. We appreciate those, especially on the road when and it's not a bad trip, but
could be snow.
Could be snow in Charmco. So
on Sewell Mountain anyway.
Yeah. So for Rick Lewis, Chad McCune, and Justin Harrison in the Midland Trail Sports Network, we will see y'all tomorrow night.
To the Midland Trail Sports Network and your Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales Game of the Week. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales, conveniently located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, West Virginia. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales, a proud supporter of our student athletes. Cucumber and Company. Thank you for joining us on the Midland Trail Sports Network. We'll see you next time for another